Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to talk about how you know that they are the one. Now I put the one in quotation marks because Spirit is gonna give you whoever you want. Literally, there are infinite possibilities, infinite timelines, realities that you can actually choose literally whoever you want. So before I get into that, most of you know, if you guys know me, you know that I do have my one and only, and he is my fiance now, but he can be my twin flame, my soulmate, whatever label you want to put. But first of all, I want to talk about how do you get the one that you choose. So what actually both of us did, yes, we both did spells, I'm not gonna lie, just because we are that type of people. But you need to get clear with who you want to settle down with. So literally write down on a piece of paper who you can see yourself with, who will compliment you, who will just really go with your personality. So get really clear on that. Me personally, I was super clear on who. Now I am a seer as well, so I did know pretty much exactly what he looked like once I got my aspects down of who I want to settle down with. But that is the very first step, because that is also a step in manifesting as well. I also want to talk about what love is as well. The reason why I get you guys to write down the aspects of someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with is because love is not a feeling. I need to like fucking put that on billboards. Like, love is not a feeling, okay? Love is what you do despite your feelings, okay? Having feelings behind love is making love conditional. When I first met my lover, I literally friend-zoned him right off the bat because I was like, I don't have feelings for you, blah 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 blah, whatever I told myself. Newsflash for most people, this might be an unpopular opinion, but it takes a lot of practice and a lot of hard work to actually be in tune with your true feelings. I'm not gonna lie, like, I was a counselor back then and I was so, like, I thought I was in tune with my feelings, but I really wasn't. Like, I really didn't know what I was feeling, but I was feeling something, and most times that was actually anxiety. So you need to like put a line in between your feelings and what love actually is. Now I remember like hanging out with my fiance for like a week probably. We literally were like inseparable, and I actually had a few people tell me like, May, like, he's staying over at your house, like he's not just a friend, you know what I mean? But I looked back at my notes that I wrote literally like a week like before this, which is actually crazy. And I literally said someone who like I feel comfortable with, and someone who I don't feel anxious around. Like, I literally, he crossed off every single attribute behind what I wanted. Now you also got to remember that like everyone is going to come with something, just like you know, everyone has had life experiences, so it's like you kind of got to like compromise with a few things as well. So that is the first answer to how do you know that he is a one, is, or she, is that they literally cross off almost everything that you have on your list of someone that you want to settle down with and someone that you think is really good for you. Now this is very important. Number two, how you know they're the one, is that they think that you're the one, okay? They need to think that you're the one too. You can't just be going after people who are like the classic players and stuff like that. And you also can't be a player, okay? So you have to have your focus on one person, and they also has to as well. Like, I've done multiple readings for people who are like, are they the one? Are they the one? It's like, I don't know, are they? Like, do they act like they're the one? Do they think you're the one? Because if they don't, then And it's also not your job. Like if you're like, oh, they're denying their feelings, yeah, they might be. Like that's totally true, but it's also not your job to help that. Not help that, I'm using the wrong words, but it's not your job to be responsible for shoving that down their throat, because that will be very bad. That might be very bad. In some cases it might work, but yeah. Now, right before I interview my lovey-dovey, I want to ad lib to the love is what you do despite your feelings, because a lot of times people don't listen to their mind over their feelings. Now, a lot of people think that their feelings are coming from their heart, but it's actually coming from your memory and traumas and needing some approval, right? So sometimes when you feel that spark of, oh my goodness, this person, it's not always love. Sometimes it's, oh, I need approval from this person. Oh, they remind me of my parent who abused me in a weird way, so I need their approval, and I think that it's love. Anyway, I'm going to bring in my lover. Oh, on a side note, look at this. So cute. Yeah. So cute. So, lovey-dovey, come into the frame. I am putting him completely on the spot, just so you guys know.
Clearly.
So, how do you come sit down?
I'm sitting.
So,
brace myself.
How do you know that I am the one?
How do I know that me? Oh, you're really putting me on the spot. Okay, so how do I know that you are the one for me?
I told them how you
cat hair on your head.
I told them how you get the one. You also have a...
Oh, did I?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Thanks. We're just doing that on that.
So I already told them about how you get the one. So how do you know that the person is the one? So I already talked about how they choose you, like you choose them and they choose you as well. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other ideas?
Well, I guess the only thing that I can tell you or your audience is that you make choices in life. You make choices all the time. You make choices every day. You make choices every month, and based off of my experience, my professional experience, I know that certain foods that you eat in certain seasons will change the way you think, feel, and will approach certain decisions. And when I give people food restrictions and when I give them things to stay away from, alternatives to start eating, it's helping their brain actually make a coherent decision with what their body needs. So your body and your brain can be out of alignment a lot of times. Mm-hmm. And
facts.
And your body is what memorizes things. Your brain isn't. Your body is. And it's funny because I just had this conversation with my neighbor. That's where she pulled me from. Okay, so a gut feeling, when we have a gut feeling, the idea or the words, that saying of a gut feeling comes from around the Eastern world in antiquity, where they had said a different phrase, and basically it just has developed over time into this idea of a gut feeling, or it's a feeling to know whether something is right or wrong for you. And that might be right if we hadn't lost some words over, a course of 5,000 years or a course of 2,000 years, or it's through different languages because we have different letters and blah, blah, blah. It's a big misunderstanding. And what they're trying to say is that you have to have your brain in alignment with your body before you can have a feeling of what is right or wrong for you. And you have to have that conversation with yourself in that moment of what is this feeling? And then if it is based off of your body and your brain both both of their responses, then you know if it's right or wrong for you.
That's why it's good to write things down, like what I said at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, and yeah, it's honestly, it's something magical when you can take a white piece of paper and a blue pen, and you can write certain memories down and sort through them. Actually, we do a wake hypnotherapy process on each other a lot, and we actually do it with a lot of our clients called Click. Things just kind of click in the moment for you. That's kind of what it's named after, but it stands for Current Life Insight Condition. We write on with blue ink on a white piece of paper what your desires are and how to get there. Now the process, I'm not going to explain the whole thing, because that's just kind of like teaching you all how to do it. But
this is how you hypnotize yourself.
You know, it took a long time for us to get there, realizing that there's certain foods, there's certain processes that we can use, there's certain techniques to get the things that you desire in life. And
so that's why,
and know that it's right or wrong for you. That's how I know if she's right or wrong for me. That's how I know that May's right for me. Is that not that I wrote it down, it's that my body and my brain were exactly coherent with each other when my written response was in alignment with what I felt when I saw, when I talked to, when I experienced the presence of May.
Of May.
Not just having a dream right before.
I told them that we did magic for it. We both separately did magic.
But that is your body's response, right?
Yeah.
And so energy or life, your body had responded to my body's intention, my brain's intention. My brain's intention was a certain thing that I had written down, that I had a desire for. Once I had cleared that garbage of the trauma and got rid of that initial gut feeling of worry, of, I'll give you a super simple, really quick example of, you're in a bar, you're trying to meet some attractive people to just have a conversation with, guy, girl, it doesn't matter. You see them see some attractive person across the bar, and you go, you know what, I kind of want to talk to that person. Most likely, you're going to get a shot of fear. The shot of fear is chemical as much as it is mental. Mm-hmm. It's body and brain, chemical and mental. And the coherence of that was a state of fear. So if you decide that you're going to stick with what you know, who you know, and be on the other side of the bar and not do it, you've just acted out of fear. Not making a decision is making a decision. It's just choosing to not make that decision, so it's still a choice. Mm-hmm. And if you do push past that fear and ask yourself and have that conversation, like I'd mentioned just 2 minutes ago, if that is in alignment with your desires, if the desire in your brain to have that conversation with that person, that feeling or that response is in alignment with it, then you know that it's right for you. If it's in alignment, if it with your desire, and if it's not in alignment with your desire, then it's just not in alignment. So I definitely knew May was in alignment with me, because she just met a lot of my desires, and it's a lot of things that I was looking for a long time. A lot of people tell you to write them down. I'm telling you to write them down too. And my body had to be in alignment with that. And my body's response, not fear, but it had to be in alignment with that too. And that was when I had enjoyed her presence for the first time.
So that's why a lot of self-help coaches and books, when you start actually working on self-love, self-help, that's why you manifest love so quickly, is because you're actually giving yourself what you need and becoming more in alignment with you, but also with your body's needs, like eating properly, exercising, right? So, yeah.
Oh, a holy body, or a healthy body is a holy body, and a healthy body is a holy body.
Yeah, we are all together.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything else I want to talk about. So
we can call this video wholesome.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a different video from my usual readings, but I will say, if you've watched to the end of this video and you want a love reading, I love to love, and I love, and I would love to help you out with love as well. So if you want a love reading, I will do a love reading for you for 50% off, which is not something that I usually do. No. So anyway, you guys, sending you guys tons of light and love, and we'll see you soon.